Well, Taurus, it's August 2024, and I'm back again with your karma, I guess you'd call it. The Oracle Express, as I refer to it, looking at your horoscope this month, some important things stand out. Keep your eye on Mercury here. It's going to go retrograde this month on the 5th. And that's just straight after that new moon in your 4th house down here, which is stability, inner peace, family life, mother, your genetic history. So there's a lot hinging on creating a new pathway for yourself in terms of your domestic happiness, in terms of those relationships that you have with your family members. And that, of course, requires a little creativity, which I think you're going to find quite easily as a result of your ruling planet Venus moving into this sign of Virgo around the 5th to make contact with the moon and that Mercury, which goes retrograde. So here we see family life, for those of you that are married, children, because this is the 5th house. For you women who are just at that age where you may be thinking of having a family, this could be a very important cycle. It's a few weeks where Mercury is retrograde, giving you a reason to pause, to think carefully about those sorts of decisions. You'll also notice the marital planet for you, Mars, which rules your 7th house, here with expansive Jupiter in your finance sector. You've got some big plans right now at this time. And Mars actually influences this sector of the horoscope by square aspect. And as these planets move forward, Mercury won't do it this month, but Venus is going to move into the orb. There it is there, around the 13th. That's a very passionate combination. And don't forget that this 5th house, apart from ruling children, has to do with your love affairs, new romantic alliances. And so there's some interesting permutations here. You've also got that retrograde Saturn in your 11th house casting its influence on this area. So it's sort of like having your foot on the accelerator and the brake at the same time there. I think you're burning a little bit of rubber this month regarding your love affairs, creativity, and children. Nevertheless, let me get back to that point I was making on the new moon here in this 4th house. That's going to be counteracted on the 20th by the full moon here in your 10th house. So I suspect you're trying to find some balance there between your domestic affairs and business affairs. You're looking to expand your financial resources around the 19th. That's an important date because the moon makes a trine aspect to these expansive planets. Mars moves away from Jupiter at that time. That lessens the impact of that drive that you have. But caution is important at that time. We can see the Moon-Saturn conjunction on the 21st. That could make you feel a little less energetic or less confident in terms of the plans that you've made for yourself. Now look, we see Mercury there retrograde back into the house where we see the new moon this month. So those reappraisals I'm talking about, those retrospective considerations, not just related to your children and creativity and love affairs, but also very much associated with your domestic situation. Mercury is the planet ruling your income. We see that planet as it transits your domestic sphere. It may have to do with real estate matters. Mercury and the Sun exchange zodiac signs. This is called mutual exchange. So that's important. We see the speculative side of this. For those of you that are wanting to invest in property, you may be eyeing some sort of real estate or big ticket item that you want to spend money on. Now is not the time to do it. Now is the time to research, Think carefully about what it is that you want as Mercury is retrograde, and especially when it comes to signing on the dotted line, you have to be very, very careful of that. The full moon, as I mentioned, on the 20th there in the 10th house, that's also contractual. There's moon on the 29th, moving into its domicile, into the sign of Cancer. So here we see there are some opportunities for you, as long as you're not too emotional, to push forward on your professional aspirations. And so I think this month is very much a balancing act between your domestic affairs, getting the money that you want for those investments. This could be refurbishment, furnishings, paint job, those sorts of things that create a much more favorable living space and environment for you to really achieve those goals and objectives that we see here in these other areas of your life. You need a stable family and home life to do that right now. So don't forget, pop on over to the site astrology.com.au and check out what we've got there for the rest of the readings, because there's more to the month. We've got daily, weekly, monthly, and the yearly readings, which I think you'll find perfect for this context that we're talking about, August. Contextualize where you're at this month and where the rest of the year is going. Please subscribe. We need that. Hit the like button. Tell your friends. And please do come back next month. I'll be waiting for you. Good luck. Bye-bye now.